I'm here at beautiful Butchart Gardens with Rick Laws. Hi, Rick.
Hey, Gord, how are you?
Good, thank you. How can we not be? Look at these beautiful cherries.
It's just fantastic at this time of the year.
It really is. Now, one of the main features, I shouldn't say the main feature because there's really so many features here at the gardens, but one of the nice features is these beautiful flowering cherries that you have here. How many cherries do you guys actually have?
We had originally 200 planted back 1937 when the Butcharts were still at the estate here. They had brought in 500 cherry trees from Japan at that time. Of course, we've lost some over time, and we've added a lot of new varieties over time. But yeah, so now I figure we have about 226 trees and about 12 varieties of the original 27 that were shipped. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people realize how many different types of Japanese cherries there really are, and it's not always all about the flower necessarily. It's also about the actual tree structure. Now this is a neat one where it's got sort of that upright growth to it. What's this one?
This one is Kanzen, and it's got more of that vase shape or V-shaped crown. It's very interesting. You have trees with a more sprawling, more horizontal form, like the Mount Fuji.
Which that is a really nice one. My neighbor has that one where it just grows out. It's got that stately horizontal look to it.
Mount Fuji is classic. If you think in Japanese cherries, you usually think Mount Fuji, that sprawling form. We also have Yoshinos, which have come and gone now. They're a little earlier flowering.
Right.
I mean, those are the ones you see covering the hillsides in Japan. Another, again, it's more that lacy, sprawling shape that people, when they think Japanese cherries, usually thinking that.
And it really are covered. But, you know, I guess everyone sort of thinks of the beautiful pink flowers. But there's white flowers as well, which can be quite stunning.
Yeah, there's pure white. Again, when you think white and you think Japanese cherry, you think, well, Yoshino's great, but Mount Fuji again is absolutely stunning. The white is just magnificent, and then you have the creamier shades of the Ukon.
Okay.
We'll be seeing that a little bit later. Wonderful, wonderful tree. Beautiful. It's very unique in its color, and the flowers and the foliage come out at the same time, so there's a nice contrast in that as well.
Okay. Now the Ukon, now that has is that a similar form of the Kwanzan?
Yeah, similar, although even within the specific varieties, the Kwanzan or Kanzen, however you want to pronounce it, some you see more tighter V, upright V. Others are more sprawling, and so there is subspecies, there is another subvariety within Kanzen, which they call Kirin, and that has a more sprawling look.
Okay. Now, what about weeping Japanese cherries? Now, often, are they actually, for those who don't know, are they the same type of cherry, just grafted differently, or how does that work?
Well, there's a couple different types. There's Subbertella, which is typically the weeping types, and Seriolata is what you'd see the more typical form. So we have the Subbertella pendula single, and there's different colors in that. And again, that's an earlier cherry you won't see out at this time of the year, but it's great. Early spring, you get that color when there's not much else in bloom in the garden.
Now, I noticed you've got a structure here in the gardens. I don't know if it's a shed or what, but there's some beautiful bright white ones there. What are those ones?
That's Shigetsu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's a lovely little tree. And if you want a small, compact form of cherry, it's a tree that won't get anywhere over, well, it won't get close to 20 feet tall. Ours are about 15 feet tall. We've had them for 50 years growing in the same spot. And it's a great little tree for if you've got a small space.
Magnificent. Well, thanks for having us out. I really appreciate it. These trees are wonderful.
Great. Well, I'm glad I can share their beauty with you.